Back with it. Back with it. Pull up in a Rari. You can never top me, don't be sorry. I know it was on me. You never owe me, so I ain't never owe you. Don't talk to me, you don't need no parts of me. This shit up to me, I ain't worried about you. So I'm back with another video. My son is finally asleep. I can finally talk about what I wanted to talk about. Give me 1 second while I put him off of me. Hey, I'm back with another video, y'all. I'm gonna have a lot of bloopers for this video because it's a lot going on being a mama. But I wanted to come on here and talk about vulnerability because I was called to, and I feel like this generation, even the generation before this generation, I feel like what was it? Gen X to this generation, Gen Z, we are extremely closed-hearted. Like a lot of everyone's throat and heart chakras, solar plexus chakras, root chakras, maybe probably all of the chakras is closed and they ain't open. And it's due to vulnerability. We have to be vulnerable, y'all. And I'm not saying we have to be vulnerable to each other, but we definitely have to be vulnerable, like, within ourselves. Like, we have to go to ourselves and be honest with ourselves and be honest. I'm moving around a lot. And being honest with where we are in life and take accountability for the things that we've done that have led us to a toxic and unhealthy life. Because if you're not happy, if you're always feeling drained, always feeling negative, always got something bad to say about somebody and yourself, you're not happy. Period. You can tell people around you all you want. I'm happy this, I appreciate this, I love this, but you're not acting like it. You know what I'm saying? You're not showing that into the world. You're not spreading love. All you're doing is spreading hate and negativity. And when we're not vulnerable with at least ourselves, we're choosing a life of lies. You feel me? We're choosing a life of disbelief, lies, and unfaithfulness, and hatred, anger, all that. Everything, all those low vibrational feelings, we're soaking in them, we're living in them, and we're not transmuting them into healing. There's people out here that believe that to transmute anger and hate and those lower vibrational energies, you have to put that onto someone else. There's a lot of people who have this mindset, who think like this. Excuse my nail, this shit won't come off, and it's kind of pissing me off seeing it. But there's a lot of people doing witchcraft, putting spells on people, spewing out hate, giving other people negative energies, and then they think they're doing something that is helping. Well, they're doing something to help themselves, but not helping the collective. You're not helping everybody that is on this planet by doing that shit. And then on top of that, as much as you do that to someone else, that shit gonna happen to you, because karma is for real. You can't stop karma. People have this idea that they're stronger and more powerful than what comes around. What goes around comes around. You go ahead. You can do it. You can believe whatever you want to believe. But at the end of the day, the truth will always show. There will always be a truth that will reveal itself to you. And best believe I've been in my ego a lot in the past, thinking that I was bigger than life. I was bigger than this person. I was bigger than this person. I was higher than this person. I was more powerful than this person. I was more dominant than this person. And because of that, I wasn't open to learning, truly learning about life, truly learning about managing my own emotions, managing my own happiness, managing my own anger and my own lower vibrational feelings and my higher vibrational feelings. You feel me? I was literally putting a lot of shit onto other people and allowing other people to have power over me by feeling like I needed to be more powerful than them, feeling like I had to be more dominant and, you know, dominate them and their experience. You feel me? I was in that stage. I was in that stage of spirituality. I was in that stage of life, you know what I'm saying? Which is the same thing, basically. But growing up and having a child and seeing that the more I try to put up this facade that I don't need anybody, that, you know, the things that happened to me in my past, the traumas that I went through, you know, as much as I was angry with my parents and angry with the people who hurt me, I had to realize it was up to me to change my life. It was up to me to move past it. It was up to me to build a better life around my story. And I don't choose to take my anger out on people regardless if they've done something to me. I don't do that shit. That's just for me though, because I know that my path is based on unconditional love. I've been connected with unconditional love ever since my spiritual awakening. I've been understanding that that's what I'm here for, to teach people unconditional love. I'm here to teach myself unconditional love so I can teach others. And there's going to be people out here who's like, oh, if you love unconditionally, you're going to get hurt, possibly killed. There's people out here telling me that, you know, that's toxic positivity, which that's cap, because just because I unconditionally love someone doesn't mean I don't get angry. It doesn't mean I don't get sad. It doesn't mean that I don't have emotions like everybody else. It just means I react differently. It means I control myself. It means I manage myself. And I used to be impulsive as fuck. You feel me? I used to be a very impulsive person growing up. So I get that side of the spectrum. I get that side of life. I get it. I understand the chaotic side, the side that you just do shit based off of whatever you're feeling in that moment. I get that shit. I get it. But to attract what I truly want in this life, I had to stop doing that. I had to manage my emotions. I had to pay attention to what I was manifesting, pay attention to the energy I was giving certain things, pay attention to my power, and not deplete it and try to lower somebody else's power. There's another video that I'm gonna do after this video. I'm probably gonna post a video at this at the same time as this one, but it's gonna be a video on Yakub, I think that's his name, and it's gonna be more information about him. Right now I'm still learning about him. I'm still learning about what he did and all of that. But Yakub is he's a part of the Islamic nation, okay? And he lived, they said, 6,600 years ago. I think that's what it said. And he created the white race. Okay, he created white people because he didn't like his own kind. He didn't like black people. He didn't like his own skin color. So he was like, oh, I want something different. So he took black babies, black, like dark newborns, and he studied them and he tested them. He killed so many black babies just to create the right race, just to do tests and try to find out how to graft. Grafting is basically cloning. It's basically taking his own DNA and creating something else. It's like a GMO. So white race is like a GMO, basically. And this is why the spirit of the black child of the black babies that died are in the white race. There are some white people who have overcome hatred, but it was in their DNA. You feel me? Like it was in their DNA to hate because of who created them and what happened to them. Because they're those black babies. They are those black babies that died from the hands of Yakub. Just because they're a different skin color doesn't mean they don't have the same spirit. Their spirit had to arise to ascension, just like ours. They're no different from us, and we're no different from them. And when the more I learned about the white race, and the more I learned about like power and dominance and, you know, wanting to dominate this, wanting to be more powerful than this, the more I learned about that, the more I was like, okay, I want to stay away from certain people like this. And there was someone in my life that I didn't really choose to be in my life, but because they were with a family member, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to ignore all the red flags and I'm just going to trust in my family member, because this family member was basically my favorite family member. And I'm not going to like really put out certain specifics, but this is just an example. But I had to understand that this family member I loved so wholeheartedly and still love, they admitted to me not too long ago, maybe a few years ago, that they were jealous of me and our other family member due to certain situations and certain reasons, right? Not to say that they're still jealous of us, but to understand that they have a jealous spirit. And they are attracting, the type of people they attract are narcissists. The type of people they're attracting are people who are jealous of them. They're attracting people who want to dominate them. And they don't even realize it. I see it because I am me. I don't know how to say it, but like I've always been a person who can see through the veil. And even though I can see through the veil, I still treat people with love and kindness. And that's just me. That's just my heart. That's just who I am at the core. You feel me? And there's nothing wrong with being kind, y'all. There's nothing wrong with it. But we've been taught, a lot of us have been taught, oh, we shouldn't be kind because we get taken advantage of. No, we get taken advantage of when we don't have boundaries. That's when we be taken advantage of. You can still be kind and still have boundaries. You can be an asshole and still be a loving person. You feel me? So I'm at this point where I'm like, I'm not going to push out anger. That's not going to be my first reaction all the time, because that used to be my first reaction all the time, because all I wanted to do was love, but I felt like I couldn't because of how hateful people can be. And most people are hateful for some unknown reason. I have no idea why, because I've been through a lot of shit, y'all. I have not been giving a silver spoon in my mouth. I have not. A lot of people think that they would think I got a silver spoon in my mouth, but I didn't. And I may have certain materials that certain people don't have. I may have certain, blessings and gifts that other people may not have. But guess what? You do too. I'm not the only one who's blessed. I'm not the only one. I'm just the only one who acknowledges it. You feel me? And what people don't understand is I don't like being codependent on people. I don't like getting help. I want to be independent. But This is my life. And what people think is like, oh, you have someone to help you. You have people to help you. You have this and you have that. Baby, do you not understand? I don't want that though. You feel me? God gives you things that you need. God gives you things that you need, not what you want. I want to be independent. I want to be able to handle and hold a 9-to-5 job. I want to be a regular schmegler person. I want that. But that's not what I'm here for. You know what I'm saying? So that's how y'all need to look at certain things. It's like when you listen to your heart and you understand that, okay, I'm in this position, I'm in this situation because it's teaching me something, instead of I'm in this situation because I'm suffering, because it's happening to me instead of for me. That's when you enter a victimization mode. And a lot of people in this victim mind mode, and being like, oh, like, everybody who hurt me deserves to die. Everybody who did this to me deserves this and deserves. It's just like, people think they can play the other side of the co-creator, because we're one part of the co-creator. But you have to understand that we're creating with something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we were just this one speck creating our own reality, then things will always go our way. There wouldn't be things in the way of certain things that our ego wants. You know what I'm saying? There is co-creation between the ego and the spirit. We are a prime example of what the ego is. Spirit is everything. Spirit is me. Spirit is this fucking bed that I'm on. Spirit is the dressers, the objects, the nature. Spirit is in every single human being. Spirit is what's in control. The ego wants to be in control, but it's not possible. You can do certain things with the ego, but it's not going to last you. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. It's not everlasting. You know what I'm saying? Spirit is everlasting. The physical world is not. And it shows you that every single motherfucking day with seasons, it shows you death is real. And it's not anything to be scared of either. Like, people who are afraid of dying and people who want to live forever, they have the spirit of the devil inside of them. And I'm not saying you need to be scared of the devil, because the devil is just this entity, this spirit that's insecure and that wants power, because it doesn't feel like it has power already, which isn't true. It's lying to itself. So all I gotta fucking say is, y'all, trust in spirit, bro. Ask spirit to connect to your spirit, connect to love every single morning and see what happens. Because at the end of the day, people are always connecting with their past traumas when they wake up. They're connecting to the bad things that happen to them when they wake up. And it's like, you're not being vulnerable with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Instead, you're just choosing anger every day. You're choosing to be angry. You're choosing to hold on to something that is no longer serving you. And I'm not saying hold in your feelings. No, I'm saying being vulnerable. Be vulnerable. Talk to yourself about your feelings. Before you talk to anybody else, before you express things to anyone else, make an assumption to yourself, so you won't have this vulnerability to someone else to take control of you. Does that make sense? When you're vulnerable with yourself, you can actually decipher your feelings. You can actually put 2 and 2 together within your reality, within your perspective. And then when you meet someone, it's like, okay, they have their opinion, I have mine, instead of me taking on everything that this person is saying because I don't have anything of my own. So instead, I'm gonna go with everything that this person's saying. Like, I'm basically gonna worship them. I'm in a cult now, just like a church. When you're taking everything a person is saying to you and putting it to face value and believing each and every fucking word that they're saying just because they're saying on a stage or because they're more confident in their truth than you are your truth, you're literally being a servant to this person. You're being a slave to their ideas of what life is. And it's sad. It's fucking sad that how that happens to people. And I really had to do this video. I really was called to talk about this because it's a lot of people going through this shit. Not just my family member and that person that, you know, came into my life, but it's a lot of motherfucking people going through this shit that I've met. Even my, you know, my baby's father, like, he is a servant to his family. Like, he's doing shit for love instead of from love, instead of just doing things because he loves to do it or he loves these people, so he's doing it. No, he wants love. He wants to be praised. You know what I'm saying? Instead of praising life, instead of praising love itself, instead of praising the beauty of the world, instead of doing that, you want praise from other people. That's the ego. So, and I'm not saying, like, listen, the ego can be healthy. You can have a healthy ego. But when you're operating out of, oh, I want power, oh, I want to dominate, oh, I want this, that's unhealthy. That's unhealthy. You're just like the oppressors. You're just like the white people who went through what they went through. They went through shit too. And it may not be as recent as the things that we went through, but it's still there, you know? And the people, and I condone the white people who've risen above hatred. You know what I'm saying? Because they have it worse than black people. They really do. Not to say they have it worse in the economy. No, we have it worse in the economy. But spiritually, they had to fucking go through the ringer spiritually because of the shit that happened in the past. And then the shit that they done to us. So that's karma too. They going through a lot of karma and then a lot of pain from what Yakub did and Yakub's followers did. Because it wasn't just Yakub who created white race. It was Yakub and his followers, whoever his followers are. And Yakub is a black man who did not like black people. So continue to understand that it's not about the color. It's about the spirit. It's about, are you going to follow the spirit of the devil or are you going to follow the spirit of the divine, of the goddess? Are you going to continue to hold on to this hatred that is not really serving you and not really going to give you shit that you actually truly want? Because the material aspect of the shit, y'all have to understand that shit get old. When you get what you want, bro, it's going to be something else. You're going to be like, okay, I got this. Let me get something else. I want this. I want this. I want this. And once you get the attention that you want from the society, once you get fame or whatever y'all want, once you get that shit, it's going to get old. But you want to know what doesn't get old? Spirit. It, like, really feeling our feelings, we're really being present in the things that is happening to us and that we're experiencing. That's what's not going to get old. Life is not going to get old. Actually experiencing this shit wholeheartedly with all things. With all things. That shit is beautiful. When you can be whole. And not just one aspect. Not just anger. Not just hate. Not just madness. Not just, you know, and not allowing someone else to persuade you into being something. Be yourself, bro. And if you don't know what that is, learn. Be to yourself and learn. There's some people who cannot be alone. And I was forced to have to be alone. This was my purpose. Like, I literally chose this path to be alone, to feel isolated, to feel like the oddball. I chose this because I needed to be able to teach. Because if I didn't go through the things that I went through and I'm up here speaking about love, nobody's going to listen to me. Nobody's going to listen to me. They're going to be like, oh, you never had it rough, so why would we listen to you? You never had, you know, things happen to you. You had a perfect life. Your life, you know what I'm saying? All da da da. I had to go through shit to tell y'all it's still possible to love, bro. And I'm not telling y'all everything that I went through, because at the end of the day, that shit do not matter. Let's just say I went through sexual and physical abuse from multiple people that I've loved. I've been through emotional abuse. Verbal abuse from people that I genuinely love. I've seen abuse happen. I've seen a person dead on the street. I've seen a lot of shit, y'all. And I still stand by fucking love, because if we all had love, a lot of the shit that happens would not happen. If we all had love, unconditional, for ourselves first, a lot of the shit that be happening would not happen. But a lot of y'all be like, okay, this happened to me, so I'm gonna do it to somebody else. And then you're just spreading the hate. You're just spreading hate. What we really need to focus on is loving ourselves, so we can rise above the system. Because the system got you like that. That's why on the news, all you fucking hear about is terrible things that happen. All you hear about is someone getting shot, a little kid getting kidnapped, you know, this and that and the third. That's all you fucking hear about. You know why though? Because they're trying to keep you in a box. Not to say the things that they say on the TV isn't true, but it's like the more you focus on that reality, the more it combines with your own reality. If you are not focused on certain things that do not serve you, you will not even see the evil of this fucking world. And the more love that we motherfucking spread, the less evil it would be. So I'm just like, y'all, it's a paradox, yo. It's what you're choosing, though. What do you choose? You know, like, what do you genuinely choose? What do you really, really want to see? Not based off your past, not based off what happened to you, but based off of what do you, in your heart, what do you truly want to experience? That's all I'm saying. So, that's the end of this video, bro. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm making another video about Yakub, more further into that and talking about power even more. But this was really kind of about vulnerability, being honest with yourself and taking accountability for the place that you're in right now. Because if you are over the age of 18, bro, we're grown. At this point, you're grown as fuck. It's your responsibility to parent yourself. It's your responsibility to forgive your parents. And if you have to move away from your parents and never speak to your parents again to truly come to that forgiveness and just love them from a distance, that's also healthy. But all I'm saying is, continue to let go of your past. It's not easy. It's not gonna just happen overnight, but practice it every single motherfucking day. Practice it every single fucking day. And I can honestly say that I moved past a lot of things because I'm so mature that when my parents get on my nerves, it's like it rolls off of me. It's like you're a child. Why am I going to let a child make me this mad? I don't even let my son get me that angry, which y'all gonna see. Like, I be playing with him a lot of the time. With adults, it's kind of hard to joke and play because they're bitter. But with kids, it's like, okay, we can turn the emotions around. Especially if my emotions is intact, he can pick up on that and see that, oh, okay, she's just playing. You know what I'm saying? She's cooling. Like, let me cool down. You know? You can influence kids. Other than adults, they think they know everything, which half the time they fucking don't. Half the time they really stupid. 9 Not to be rude, but that's just the truth. A lot of y'all just don't read. Y'all don't read, y'all don't research, y'all don't learn shit for your own sake. You follow after a pastor and just let him say what he want to say and just take that to face value instead of learning on your own. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like that. Y'all do what y'all want to do. Me, on the other hand, I'm always going to be open to learning new things. I'm always going to be open to moving forward, moving past my past, letting go, healing. Like, I'm going to be open to that shit and allowing myself to truly live in happiness and joy, because I'm not going to be stuck in a suffering mindset. I'm just not. And I know my fucking purpose, so I'm not going to allow anybody to tell me what the fuck my purpose is. Because the more that I do these videos and the more that I express my point of view, I'm like, I am actually helping somebody, because this is helping me. Genuinely. If it's not helping you, you don't have to watch me. You can hate in from a distance. You can do what you want to do, but like all that hate is not going to go nowhere. Because at the end of the day, I just observe that shit. I don't absorb it. I observe it. I don't let that shit come into my spirit, because I understand how detached I am from this physical world in the first place. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what other videos y'all want to see. And bye. Give me a minute, boy. He's demanding. Like, y'all, my child is demanding. But anyway, I didn't come on here to talk about that. If I have you in my arms, you gonna be quiet? Don't look at me. All right. So, what you looking at? Don't kick me. Oh, now you want to stop? Like, no. They see you. They see you abuse me. But but I'm realizing my purpose on this planet, and this is why I have this type of son too, because this why I read his astrology chart, right? And or astrological chart, right? And it basically said that he was extremely selfish. That's what he's a Leo rising, keep in mind, y'all. He's extremely selfish. This little boy is extremely selfish. Or in his past life, he was extremely selfish. In this life, he's learning how to be more, just using his heart more. You know what I'm saying? Being in his heart more, doing things from love and not for love. Because he used to have a habit of doing things for love. And, number one, the father, his dad, is extremely selfish. He's extremely narcissistic. But usually, shush, Bubba. Usually, narcissists are supposed to be healers. Narcissists usually go through very traumatic and very low vibrational experiences. And instead of transmuting that into, oh, I don't want to do this to someone else, instead of being like, oh, shush, baby. Just give me a minute. Shush. Oh my gosh. That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't have a second to myself unless he's asleep, and it's crazy. That's how his dad was. His dad, it's like he couldn't do anything important unless I was there. He couldn't focus on his goals and what he wanted unless I was there, unless he was doing it for a show. For a show. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to teach this little boy that it's not about other people all the time. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's about shush, baby. Sometimes it's about relearning the importance of your existence. You know what I'm saying? And this little boy. Shush, man. Calm down. I'm not gonna say it again. He laughing at me. Like he know. It's like he knows my soul, so he know like I'm not gonna do nothing to him. Even if I'm screaming at him, he start laughing. Like I'm not joking. You wanna go in the room?